We've seen this happen before. Why can't an accident that knocked down the knocked down the bridge in Baltimore?
Francis Scott Key.
The hell bridge is it? Why can't that be an accident? We have reached a point in this country where anything major is not what it is. It will instantly be seen as something else. Those beat up old freighters, possibly poorly maintained.
Well, this one was built in 2015.
Okay. Those beat up new freighters.
Okay.
Sometimes the engines go out and
they're rode hard and put away wet.
And they drift right into a bridge piling and down she goes. But now it's very reminiscent of Pearl Harbor. It's terrorism. It's purposeful delay of Baltimore is one of the, if not the principal unloading point for cars from Europe. So if you ordered a Beamer, I know a guy who bought a new TR6 Triumph in 1974, and he picked it up at the docks in Baltimore and drove it back here.
Cool.
And he didn't get 5 minutes out of the docks, and the whole linkage to the accelerator fell apart.
Whoops.
And he had to stop, get a flashlight, figure out how to put that back together. The point being, many cars are coming into Baltimore, so that's part of the conspiracy. And it's on and on and on and on. A ship hit a bridge piling, and you can't blame the bridge. How do you design a bridge to withstand the impact of that tonnage?
It's
can't.
Impossible.
Yes, with the roadkill.
Well, what about politics? Is it Biden's fault or Trump's fault or Republicans, Democrats?
Oh, yeah, that has to do with the cars that this will speed
capitalism.
Speed up. Yeah, it'll speed up the use of EVs, the government mandated cars. I see 8 states now are going to forbid the sale of gas cars by 2030, maybe 2035.
Yeah.
What a shame that is. Why did Biden always now also regarding the accident at the bridge, which took the lives of 6 guys, they were up there fixing potholes.
Right.
Talk about bad timing.
Well, they have to. There's so much traffic during the day. You got to do it at night.
I know why they were there.
Oh, okay. I thought you were looking for an explanation.
Why they were there. They were there because of the traffic during the day.
I see. Where everybody's in an accident.
Popcorn.
Why did Biden blurt out the federal government will spend everything it takes to replace this bridge? What happened to insurance?
Oh, yeah.
Can the government insure it?
Why doesn't the insurance pay for it?
Well, knowing an insurance company, they saw how old and rickety that thing was. So first thing they did is they reduced the coverage amount.
No,
and then they jacked up
insurance.
your rates, and then they jacked up your deductible. And they probably got a check for, I don't know, $200-300 yesterday for that bridge.
The shipping firm has insurance too. You would think to safeguard against things like running into bridges.
Right.
But Biden just says, we'll pay for it. Well, check the insurance first, Joe. And then Joe also said, I've been across that bridge many times on the train. There is no train on that bridge. Yeah, on the train.
That's so awesome. Yeah, that's so awesome.
Did you see your conspiracy theories? We had a congressperson also tweet that perhaps this should be investigated because who knows what it is.
Yeah.
It's an accident.
It's probably
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, Marjorie,
she
crackpot.
Oh, so she's blaming it on the left. Well, pretty soon the left will blame it on what are they, the Proud Boys or the Dumb Boys or whoever the boys are, the angry boys.
It's a dreadful accident. It's inconvenient.
I don't know, Joe. Accident is not sitting right with me.
Of course not, because you're a conspiracy
theorist. Here we go.
Well, an accident is something that truly is an accident, and that was preventable. A little bit of maintenance would have fixed that problem. So
could have had bad fuel. That's another
so that
thing
was a crash or a wreck. It was not an accident.
Well, it was
an incident. I'm good with incident.
I'll take incident, but it has nothing to do with Martian invasion or
Martian. That's a new one.
What about, has Greta weighed in and said the cause is because it was a gas guzzler?
Hey, as recently as 2007, what is that? 17 years ago?
Yes, sir.
Let's be
I
careful.
don't
Not
know.
do
I
math.
don't know.
Be careful.
I have no idea.
Multiply it by 10 and just move the decimal.
170 years ago?
Yeah,
Something like
170 years
that.
ago. Yep.
There were no conspiracy theories when the 35 bridge went down that I recall. Our life, our culture has changing so rapidly. And in 2007, by the way, that's 1 year pre-tweet.
Yeah, it's social media if I can weigh in.
Tweets were 2008.
2008 is when.
Well, John,
No,
there's
now
no reason for you to be quiet.
Now
I don't
you
know
have
why
to
you're
tell us, John.
Well,
now
I
you have to.
don't. Given what's happened in the last 8 or 9 years,
Yeah.
and considering some folks who may or may not have been president who are very fond of conspiracy theories, and considering that person's fans, I don't know if fans is a good word, who also seem to have a conspiracy theory basis in life, why is it so incredible that conspiracy theories are proliferating like crazy?
You know what? If we put our minds to it, we could blame the DFL legislature for the collapse of the 35 W bridge, being that they decided to do another round of maintenance on that piece of crap instead of replacing it.
Let's go back to the
So
original
now you
point.
got another conspiracy theory.
I'm cooking one up. Yeah.
Let's
See?
go back.
I
Let's
rest
go
my
back.
case, Your Honor.
Let's go back to the original point. There were no conspiracy theories advanced in 2007.
Right.
Now, Trump, or apparently Height wants to blame that on Trump. I don't. What I'm saying is culture has changed so rapidly. I don't care who you blame or what medium you blame. The point is as recently as 17 years ago, we were a hell of a lot saner than we are today. How's that? A hell of a lot.
And I'll
saner.
still stick with my whole theory.
Why don't you just go buy a Bible from Trump and Lee Greenwood and start learning how to be charitable?
Thank you again for backing me, Joe. Now,
Make
all of you,
America pray again.
But the guy actually said, Happy Holy Week.
Happy Holy Week.
It's not a happy week.
So are we going
Jesus,
to
the
peel off
Christians,
into
the
this now?
Corinthians,
If Jesus found the Easter bunny.
Well, we are going to peel off into this.
with
Okay.
the 2 Corinthians.
No, I'm not. I mean, there's nothing to say. The guy should have a little painted wagon with a mule and selling snake oil.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay. Can you come out of the ditch? Get back on the highway here, because I have a question for you, co-driver.
Oh, there's
Kojak.
Kojak.
In 2007, you were talking at great length about how the world was going crazy.
I detected the mystery. in
You had already
2007.
come up with a Samer theory, I believe, in 2007. Had
I
you
didn't
not?
come up with it. That was a member of the military whose friend told us about it. But that was an isolated theory. It wasn't known to the public.
Okay. I can't put a year on it. Maybe Matthew could. Any idea? when the
Samer
Samer
predates 2007.
Samer Samer theory was.
What was the guy's name who told us?
Buck.
Buck called, said he had a buddy in the Army stationed in Buffalo, New York, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
And his name was Samer.
It's in the show notes.
Yeah, and he told Buck at some point people are going to start going nuts because of all the radioactivity in the air.
And then
Period.
Matthew
The
and
Samer
I,
theory.
we can back that up with, remember our engineer, Ray Brown,
Oh,
Yes.
who would come in and lean up against the transmitter
Yeah.
to get his daily dose.
Yep.
And I'm not kidding you. That is not hyperbole.
And then he would retire to a nice little nap in his.
He had a Ford Falcon station wagon with
Galaxy.
bunkhouse curtains.
Really?
But
Yeah.
Joe, I would come around the corner at 3 a.m. and he would have his head and arm up against that old.
Well, he knew something.
Kenny is not lying.
He knew something.
and it wasn't the fancy digital transmitter either. It was that old one that ran on.
Had a little
tubes.
buzz. Had a little buzz on. And you'd get zapped every once in a while.
Yeah.
That reminds me, that's the way I think of Caitlin Clark. I think she sleeps at night on some sort of platform, and she's wired to breathe only the air in the gym. She's become the color of the air in a gym. She's just gaunt, pale, you know, just weird. I don't know where I was going with that.
Has she done anything to force her talent? Does she have a particular method or training or something that she does.
You know, like
that makes
Tigers,
her,
like you thought Tiger had.
that makes her so much better than everybody else. What
Maybe
is her
she just
secret?
practices a lot.
There it is, folks. Wrap it up and send her on the way.
And she's got the very involved father, on very similar to Tiger.
Yeah, but he told her to shut up.
Well, he gets tired of her bitching all the
Right.
time. She doesn't like officials.
Well,
What are you going to do?
who does?
What are
What
you gonna
basketball player does? Male
Right,
or
That's
yeah.
female?
true.
Wow.
That's
They're all